provides that such agenda shall not be altered, which is supported by FIFA provisions. Since the August 26, 2014 Congress did not conform to NFF statutes or regulations, the committee urges all interested parties to have to recourse to the advice contained in FIFA letter of 3rd September 2014. The committee further implores the Congress to meet soonest to decide a new roadmap and schedule on election that will allow all eligible Nigerians to participate freely and fairly.
Well, that's Honorable Godfrey Gaya, Chairman, House Committee on Sports, reading out the resolutions just a few hours ago in Abuja. I want to say a very big thank you to Lanre Lasisi, because he went out of his way to help us get those pictures so that we can get a balanced side to all of it. What Godfrey Gaya was saying, in essence, is that Giwa's election did not follow the NFF statutes, is illegal, is unconstitutional, and that they should vacate office immediately in line with the directive of FIFA. That's what he says. And he has also said that the Congress should meet, you heard him, soonest to draw a roadmap and allow all eligible Nigerians participate freely and fairly in the fresh elections of the Nigeria Football Federation. He says the committee, House Committee on Sports, believes that this will usher in fresh air and sanity into the Nigerian football house. That's what Godfrey Gaya just spoke about. I needed to re-emphasize that for you very clearly. Dumnodi, does this solve the problem? For me, we've had a lot of interventions, but the parties will still insist. Enforcement is key. And Godfrey Gaya says this letter has also been sent to the sports minister to make sure that he enforces this. What's your take?
Well, the sports minister is the big brother, and we know that he supervises every other sport, including football. And if that letter has been sent to him, actions on that letter will begin tomorrow, 8 a.m. Because tomorrow is the last working day.
Official hour.
Official hour, 8 a.m.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. By 4 p.m., official closing hours, they must have executed the Gua leg bob, of course, based on this FIFA's letter and the resolution of the House Committee on Sport. By 4 p.m., please just leave the office. Because on Saturday and Sunday, I know Nigeria, we don't do work on Saturday. Services don't work.
Although we have a game on Saturday, so you can still perform official duty on the game day. You know, there's still a game on Saturday.
Let's assume they perform. Okay, let's give them to Saturday. The match ends at 7 p.m. By 7 p.m.
What's your take on the intervention of the House Committee on Sports?
You know, this is particularly interesting because it raises a lot of key questions. The first one is my thinking is that Gaya's news conference came after the Kisgiwa-led board had already made their pronouncements on inaugurating a new six-man
committee to run the league till
the
end of the season.
Okay, so that means that now they are now aware of the position of the House Committee and of government. The fact that also the Minister of Sports has also been made aware of their findings as well. So, which also means very clearly that every single pronouncement, every single decision that they've made is now null and void. But whether they will see it as such is a different thing. It also sends a very clear signal to the puppets and the puppet masters who are behind everything that has been going on, and the people who have been posturing and saying so many things, that the noose is gradually being tightened, that the deadline is ticking very clearly, and like I continue to say, inevitability is ringing very clearly in their ears. Whether they like it or not, something must happen on Monday. And the most sensible thing to do will be to vacate office. Otherwise, that ban comes in like a thunderclap.
All right, let me run very quickly. My time is running out. Let me run. Let's pause on the crisis a little bit, but allow you to go on and make up your mind about all that is going on. Let's go quickly and talk wheelchair basketball. And this is from our good friend, the president of the Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation, Bukola Olopade. Bukola says that Team Nigeria, as we speak, are in Ghana. There's a tournament in Ghana called the Afaye tournament involving 4 teams from Ghana, 1 team from Cote d'Ivoire, 1 team from Togo, and Team Nigeria is there participating. And it says the Nigerian team was sponsored to the tournament by Victor Uche, who is the patron of the Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation. That's the story on wheelchair basketball. All right, so Team Nigeria is already there for that tournament. I think it's a good one from Bukola Olopade, making wheelchair basketball active
and relevant too.
And of course, no crisis.
Yeah,
but no money, no crisis.
No crisis.
Consistently,
Yeah,
they will,
now.
yeah, but I mean, because they are sponsored by by Victor Oche. But the fact that they continue, despite every other thing and distractions going on, they continue to hold their tournaments regularly, sponsor teams out of the country to go and perform, to go and represent the country. It's heartwarming that not everything has to be about football, and also plenty of commendation must go to the patron of the Wheelchair Basketball Federation for continuously throwing his support behind all the activities, sponsoring the team, sponsoring tournaments as well. That these are people who would ordinarily, be thrown into the garbage of society. But they're now being given a new lease of life. They now find themselves useful. They now find themselves representing their country. So I'm just particularly pleased that despite everything that's going on in football, people like wheelchair basketball continue to give us a ray of hope in the midst of all this darkness.
All right, so that's it. We wish them the best of luck as they go to Ghana for this international tournament. It's good to see these special kind of athletes travel out to represent the country in events such as these. All right, from the wheelchair basketball, let's also just take you to Ilorin, Kwara State very quickly and tell you that the Kwara State government is preparing very hard for the first ever sports summit that we're holding in Kwara State. Kwara State is getting ready to host this one between the 22nd and between the 23rd and the 25th of September, and they want to draw a roadmap, produce a blueprint that will return Kwara to the top of sporting excellence. I mean, they produced the likes of Olakpada Adenekon in the past. Top quality athletes, the Akinremi sisters, a lot of top Sunday Bada, and they want to get back there. And that's why they're putting the first sports summit together in Ilorin. All right, so that settles it as well. But let's wrap up this segment and see if we can get quickly to Washington. I think Sonny Young is waiting to join us on Sports Tonight. Sonny, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's talk about the U.S. team at the FIBA World Cup. They're taking everybody out, just as you predicted. No big stars, but a team with big mentality.
Yes, sporty greetings, Toyin, and hello once again to all our Sports Tonight viewers. It's good to be back on the program. Yeah, the Americans are the defending world and Olympic champions in Spain, Toyin. They won their 5th straight game earlier today. I believe they're one of 4 unbeaten teams in Spain, the 3 others being Greece, Slovenia, and the host country, Spain. I've seen a couple of the Americans' games, Toyin. Very impressive. As you said, they don't have big stars on the team, but they're quick. They play great defense. And one of the standout players, from my opinion, has been Anthony Davis, young center on the team. He's been very impressive. So I like the Americans maybe to reach the gold medal game against Spain on September 14th in Madrid.
Okay, let's talk about what you're holding, Sonny. You're holding a racket. Doesn't look like the one in use right now. Looks like an old, rusty racket you're holding, Sonny. What's going on?
Yeah,
Give us some updates around the US
This is
Open.
a big racket, Toyin. I don't know if it's regulation or not, but it's a Wilson racket. U.S. Open tennis tournament taking place now in New York City, the year's final Grand Slam tennis event. A lot of the big names are still alive, Toyin. Roger Federer plays later this evening against a very athletic Frenchman, Gael Monfils. That should be a great match. That's a quarterfinal match. Federer bidding for his 6th title at the U.S. Open and 17th. Well, he has 17, so he's bidding for his 18th Grand Slam title. On the women's side, Serena Williams looks really good. She's bidding for her